Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you 10 great oud fragrances, right? Most of these are going to be designer, but the last 3 are going to be niche. Most are going to be bottles, but I do have a few travel sprays, okay? So just a little heads up. First one, however, if you do not have this one in this type of video, it's not a true oud list at all. That's going to be VERSACE pour Homme Oud Noir. This has black pepper, saffron, oud, patchouli, olibanum, and leatherwood. Now you do get that leathery component, so you think that leather is going to be in it, right? It's not. It's actually the leatherwood itself. You're going to get the warm spices, the oud clearly, but also that olibanum to give it like a resinous, ambery touch. This is actually quite good. Now, do I love it? No, but you know, it's a good quality scent that you could still get. It is discontinued, but you can still get them for about $80 to $100 Canadian. I still think it's worth the price tag. This smells of masculinity. Now, this is what a man's man would smell like. You know, it smells like a gentleman at the same time. So you could wear this with a suit and tie, a tuxedo, but also a leather jacket and a black t-shirt. Not a white tee, but a black tee. So the liquid itself just might stain that white tee, so I wouldn't chance it. Plus, black is just mysterious. It just smells like what a gentleman would be, but with an edge to it. That's what this one here is. And longevity is gonna be about 8 to 10 hours. Fragrance number 2, this brand is known for inexpensive fragrances, or cheapies as we like to call them. But this is going to be from their collection or their signature line. ALFRED DUNHILL Arabian Desert. This is a good quality scent that's nothing new, but it's a good quality scent that you could pick up for about $100 Canadian. It's nothing new because it does smell like a lot of the other like oud fragrances out there. So you're going to get the rose. Rose was not in the VERSACE. It is in this. Rose is a very common note in oud fragrances. So rose, oud, amber, incense, saffron, and more. You're gonna get a lot of that saffron. You're gonna get a smoky incense, the oud, the amber, and the rose. What makes this one a little bit different than the other typical oud fragrances is that it smells a little drier, but like dry, like a desert, you know, the Arabian desert. DUNHILL did a great job with like the representation and the name itself. It's very fitting. So depending on where you are in the world, I find that this leans more masculine than unisex. But I know that a lot of women in the Arab world would wear something like this, and that's cool. That's just a cultural difference. But for me, this is like a little bit of a bad boy scent, but definitely more gentleman-like. The rose itself is what femmes it up if you want, all right? But the other dark notes of like incense, oud, saffron. Saffron could be like a feminine note, but I'm just thinking like oud, incense, woods, you know, that sort of bit. It just shouts masculinity. I just find that this would be better suited with a dressy wardrobe than a black leather jacket. But if you want to wear it with a leather jacket, by all means, and longevity, 8 to 10 hours. Fragrance number 3, I don't have a bottle, but man, it's bottle worthy. I don't have the decant with me. I can't find it. But I ended up reviewing this one with Rush, but I'm gonna be re-reviewing it because I've been having audio issues, as you guys can tell. But that's gonna be Armaf Niche Oud. This smells more expensive than what it would probably go for. Now, I couldn't find the price tag online. Armaf, you're generally thinking $20 to $40. I would easily spend $60 to $70 on this scent. So it has iris, leather, caraway, different spices, amber, patchouli, and vanilla. Now, Rush's initial thoughts is that he gets lots of that leather, but also lots of patchouli. Now, I myself don't get a lot of leather to it, nor do I get a lot of patchouli. I do get a little bit. Like, what makes this one more easily wearable for me, and I'm not the biggest oud guy, is gonna be that vanilla. The vanilla in this is smooth. Just really tones it down, where I find that this can easily be a unisex fragrance. So nothing bad boy about this one whatsoever. It's a modern day gentleman's fragrance. So, you know, you have to have that attire. I would wear something more polished than this here, right? So it's just a simple hoodie that I got from New York City. It's a New York state of mind. I'm in one of my attitudes today. I can't help it. But Armani Niche Oud, I think it's like their luxury line. I'm not exactly sure, but it smells of quality. It's like longevity, can't complain, was like 9 to 10 hours off that decant alone. Fragrance number 4 is from a brand that don't get a lot of mention in our online fragrance community, and if it wasn't for
Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome, it's Chris back.
I wouldn't have looked into the brand, and that's going to be TRUSSARDI Amber Oud. So I don't know if I pronounced it right. TRUSSARDI. There we go. Because I think I said TRUSSARDI. I used to say TRUSSARDI or TRUSSARDI, but you know I have been corrected by a few Italians out there. But this has oud, amber. It's got resins, elemi, incense, and leather. What it is, it's just a smoky, oudy, ambery scent that's a little bit more resinous than the other 3 out there. It smells masculine, it smells mature, it smells like a bad boy, but at the same time, it definitely has that gentleman's touch to it. Like very much like a lot of these fragrances in this list, a lot of them can be gentlemen, but bad boys. Some will be a little bit more gentleman-like and not so much bad boy, but this one here is definitely like the other ones out there. Very typical. Bad boy, masculine, gentlemanly, you know. But longevity is good as well with 8 to 9 hours. Fragrance number 5 is from a brand that I really do enjoy, but they really left a bad taste in my mouth in the last month alone because they gave 3 strikes on my Instagram and 5 years of work all gone. They got my account disabled on Instagram. Hugo Boss, why? I can't make a penny off y'all. Number 5, Hugo Boss Bottled Oud. You have to have this one. This is definitely a lot more commercial, a lot more easier to wear. You know, Hugo Boss wants to make money. I want to make money, but there's no way in hell that someone with 25,000 subscribers could take a penny from your profits, for heaven's sakes. That's bullshit, man. Oh, that left a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm still gonna plug their fragrances free of charge. I'm giving y'all some free publicity, but you do bullshit like that. Fuck you. This here has apple, cinnamon, it's got clove, saffron, sandalwood, cinnamon, if I haven't stated, and of course, oud. What it smells like? Very much like the original Hugo Boss bottle that came out in 1998, but just add cloves or a little bit more spicy. So, you know, the cloves and the saffron with oud. You're gonna get the cinnamon, you're gonna get the woods, and you're definitely gonna get that apple. The apple is what makes this one much more wearable than a lot of the other ones in this list. This is more of a daily wear, not so much bad boy. You know, that apple is not really a bad boy type of, just doesn't give off bad boy alpha vibes, you know? But, you know, I find it's a great scent nonetheless, because Hugo Boss did screw me over. Here I am promoting your products free of charge. Do I like this scent? It's one of my favorites from this list. I gotta state that. And longevity is gonna be about 7 to 9 hours. Fragrance number 6, let's stick with the brand of Hugo Boss, shall we? And that's gonna be Boss Bottled Oud Saffron. This is actually still available on FragranceNet for about $80 USD, and I do think that it's worth the price tag. If it was being sold retail, I would say get it off FragranceNet instead of retail, just so you could take some of that money away from Hugo Boss. Am I a little petty, a little salty? Absolutely. The note breakdown for this one here, very simple. It's oud, ladamum, rose, and saffron. Loads of saffron, lots of oud. The oud in this is going to be a little bit more smokier, a little bit more dirtier than this one here. This is just very commercial, this not so much. So I do find that this is very gentlemanly, but at the same time it has more of an edge than the original Boss Bottled Oud itself. The rose itself does add that gentleman's touch, but the rose at the same time may not work as a bad boy note. I find it does have that edginess, so I do think that you can wear this with a leather jacket and a black tee. If you wear this without a tie, I think that the lady's gonna like it anyways. But longevity off this is good, 8 to 10 hours. Fragrance number 7, I don't have a bottle, nor do I have the decant because I finished it, but it's a very easy to wear. This is probably the most mass appealing, easy to wear scent in this list. Emporio Armani Stronger With You Oud. And this is a very simple note breakdown. Lavender extract, oud, and vanilla. You're gonna get all of those notes. The vanilla in this really makes this one very commercial, very easy to wear, very mass appealing. If you're looking for compliments and you want an oud fragrance, that one itself is gonna land you the most amount of compliments. I love this particular fragrance, but it does lean a little more towards the younger demographics, in my opinion. But if you're an old guy like myself who loves it, then wear it. Because like, I finished that decant, I really enjoyed it. I'm just waiting until I find a better price tag on it, all right? Because I'm not spending $100. If I can get it for like 70 bucks, yes. But for me, this is a night out scent, but also school. There's nothing formal, nothing classy about this scent. It's just a sex appeal compliment getter. Longevity, really good, 9-10 plus hours. The last 3 fragrances in this list are all niche, but I only have 1 bottle. The other 2 are going to be travel sprays or decants. Fragrance number 8, I would love to have a bottle of this, but I'm not spending $400-500 on a bottle. There's no way in hell. Creed's Royal Oud. Out of all the oud fragrances that I smelled in my lifetime, this is probably the most regal, the most royal oud. You know, they did a great, like the name itself really suits the smell. But it smells rich and it just smells elegant, very classy, just smells sophisticated. This is what a mature gentleman with class and money would wear. This fragrance here has pink pepper, musk, angelica, galbanum, oud, sandalwood, and musk. The angelica and the galbanum itself, I might have said olibanum, but I meant to say galbanum if I haven't, do add that medicinal green herbal touch. I do find that this fragrance does come across as a little medicinal because of those 2 notes, you know, but it smells good. That's what adds a little bit of that character. The oud in this is perfection. It's not overly oudy, it's not overly like animalistic, dirty, smoky. It is a little bit smoky, but like the musky nuance, the medicinal herbal tones, the pink pepper itself, like the combination of all those notes together make this a complete work of art. If I can get a bottle for like 250 bucks, which you can't, but I would definitely spend 250 bucks to maybe 300. I wouldn't spend more than that. I ended up getting this decant, and this is all I need, in all honesty. And I'm just gonna repeat myself. This is what a classy gentleman with money would smell like. Longevity, easily 9-10 plus hours. Fragrance number 9 is going to be from the brand of Atkinsons, and that's going to be the other side of oud. This stuff here is really good. It's definitely one of the more manlier fragrances from this brand, but what makes this one a little bit different is that it has roasted black coffee beans. You are going to get that roasted black coffee, but you're also going to get cinnamon, cardamom, of course the oud, vanilla, but also coffee blossom, whatever that is. What I get, warm spices, vanilla, the oud of course, which is a little bit smokier, but that black coffee. It is crazy that you would think that black coffee and oud would go together, but it's done to perfection. It's not as good as this one. This is just more elegant, but this one here can easily be a very classy modern day gentleman's fragrance. Longevity, great, 8 to 10 hours as well. Fragrance number 10, gotta shine up that bottle, because this is a golden kind of fragrance. Atkinsons Oud Save the King. So you can see a lot of reflection probably. This fragrance really is golden. So you're gonna get Earl Grey tea, oud, sandalwood. You're gonna get the orris root. The orris root itself does add that powdery touch. Suede and I forget what else. What it is, a lot of orris roots, lots of sandalwood, a little suede, not a whole lot, a little tea, and definitely that oud itself is not smoky. It's not overly oudy. It's smooth. Like I'm talking smooth. Okay, that's cringy what I just did. I can't help it. I'm Captain Cringe. Okay, I'm Chad the Cringe. I get it. But this really is a very smooth scent. When I reviewed this one with George Zahara years ago, he said that this is sex in a bottle. It really is. This is just as sexy. I would say that this is the grown version of Emporio Armani Stronger With You Oud. Like, that's sexy, but that's more younger sexy. This is older sexy. This is what the grown and sexy would wear. Someone who's 30 and up. The name itself, Oud Save the King Sons, very masculine. Sounds like it's gonna be a man's scent, eh? Not with that Oris root name. This is clearly a unisex scent that I find leans a little bit more towards the ladies. But if you're a modern day gentleman, or if you're a guy who's just very comfortable in his skin, you could rock this easily. But you have to have that wardrobe. Nothing like this. Dress up to impress. But I also want to state, I get a bit of a vanillic accord to this. There is a little sweetness that I don't know where it's coming from, but I do get a bit of a vanilla vibe. In longevity, this is beast mode. This is 10, 11, 12 plus hours. And guys, that's it. That is 10 great oud-based fragrances. If you like this list and this video, please leave me one of these. If you want to see reviews of these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. I've pretty much covered them all except for the Armaf. I am going to be redoing that one with Rush in the very near future. But if you want to see other, you know what, because this is pretty much a colder season list, why don't you check out this side here? You know what? Niche designer. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time. Take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.